We'll do it live. We'll do it live!
We'll fix it live.
All right, so I gotta share this real quick. So you can go ahead.
Live?
Yeah, go ahead and vamp. Go ahead and start singing to people.
First of all, I think our makeup person is missing today. Where are we at? Right there. Look at that. Makeup.
Nobody's jumping on yet, so nobody cares.
Makeup.
Nobody cares about your
They'll
makeup
see it
issues.
at some point. So,
You know, you didn't tell me you wore makeup when we started to do this partnership.
well, you know, this is 2018, right? Don't judge me.
I will judge you, and I will
Makeup
like it.
is not just for girls anymore. Ooh, I gotta share this.
Yeah, you gotta share it. Nobody else is watching, so we gotta share this.
This is the perfect time to do
Yeah.
it.
Where are we at? There we are. We're right there. Let me share it.
Are we?
We are right there.
Dude, why do I keep getting no
I want to share it.
What's up with my Wi-Fi?
Is Wi-Fi okay right there? I hope it is. Join
Maybe
us
that's
now.
the problem. We think we're live.
Join us now. Well, I don't know if it's my laptop or if it's the...
Oh, I'm not connected.
There we go. I'm connected. I'm connected.
Share.
Man,
Right, those.
I was joking earlier. It looks like now you have jaundice too.
We need makeup.
Dude, we got some major jaundice going on.
We got this going on right here. We got. Yeah. We look like we need to sleep
Dude,
in a belly bed.
we are not ready for prime time.
No,
I got like stains all over my
This
shirts.
is what happens right here. This is what happens when you have 4 kids. Yeah, or 5.
Look at that. I just liked us. Somebody had to like us. Might as well be me. Let me see. I'm going to answer this question. Oh, maybe that's me. Maybe I just jumped on there. I'm going to answer this question for one of our clients real quick. Any word as to why it's been sitting so long, as to why it's been sitting so long. Whoa, that's a lot of it.
So now we have 2.
Waiting on 2 other places. She's popped up. It seems super south.
All right.
Okay, are we ready?
Do this.
We
Okay,
got
let's
what
do this for
person?
real. Let's do this for real. What's up, everyone? All right, here we go.
Find out.
Rory's gonna work. I'm gonna talk. Hey, our color just adjusted a little better. Okay. Hey, if you stop on by, make sure to say hi on there so we can see what's going on. And yeah, this is where we answer your questions, whether it be real estate or something goofy, which we get a lot of goofy ones.
So I'm going to show a house this afternoon, and
Okay.
it's about the time it's going to snow.
Perfect.
Again.
Which would be a great lead-in topic for us, right? Hey, remember, say hi on the bottom if you join in.
Are
If
we
you have
the
any
only,
questions?
So are you watching the show and I'm
not-
watching the show?
No,
Is it
I'm
only
not,
us?
I'm not watching. I'm not watching
no,
myself.
3 people.
I'm
Well,
not
maybe
watching.
maybe
Those are legit 3.
This is not coffee, by the way. For all my Catholic friends out there, I am not drinking coffee. It's tea.
And this is coffee.
Jerk.
Like the 4th cup of the day.
Let's meet at a coffee shop, he
So
said.
if I'm fired up, you know why. All right, hey, welcome to Under Contract with Rory Pitts and myself, Luke Weaver.
This guy right here.
Thanks for joining us once again from our spot, right? Anthem.
Yep. It's going to start picking up here again any minute.
Yeah, randomly you'll see people just looking at us funny
Seth,
in the
what's
background.
going on, man?
What's up, Seth? That's my guy, man. That is my guy. We grew up
Right on.
together. So, hey, yeah, we're down here at Anthem. We're in the corner office, as we like to be, right?
Yeah.
Problem today is that it's like 25 flipping degrees out, so anytime these doors open, if you see me like this,
I know, and my jacket's right there.
oh man, bro, I got a thermal on and everything.
So you're out there in God's country. How much
God's
snow
country.
did you guys get?
Oh man, which time? So yeah, a few days ago we got 8 inches. It was funny because it wasn't supposed to snow, or it wasn't like a little bit, and then it just never stopped. Like it just kept snowing all day long. Posted some cool pictures with the kids outside. Yeah, we had 8 inches, and then it started to like melt everywhere else, but it just stayed so cold out there that it really only melted down to like 4 or 5 inches by the time we got dumped on again the night, and then it popped back up to like another 8 inches or so.
Crazy.
I was talking about this with Denny. For some reason, we're like in a belt out there.
Yeah.
Like you could drive a mile and get off to like 40 Carlson Highway, and there's nothing, and we're just getting dumped on.
Interesting.
It's a weird.
You got your own little rain shadow right there.
Yeah.
Snow shadow.
Absolutely, absolutely. So.
Hey, good to see you, Kimberly. Glad you hopped on here. Well, you know, for us,
Yeah,
so
what'd you get?
we went out to Yakima last weekend for
Oh, that's
Kaylee's choir thing, and it was crazy because we left.
Brianna, I heart you.
Brianna, what about mine?
That's on point.
Mine's on point too. You know how much time it took me to fix this morning? 0.
Love it. Thanks, Bree.
I see this guy, he grabs some gel, slaps it in. I'm like, dude, done.
This is the one area that God has blessed me. He's allowed me to keep this. So, thank you, sir.
So So we took off Friday to go to Yakima, and we left Puyallup. We headed up towards Auburn because we figured we were going to hit I-90 there. How long is the market going to be there?
How long is this market going to be here? Ooh,
We'll
great
get to
questions.
That. That's a great question. We will get to
My
that.
boy Jordan. What's up, buddy?
So we get to Auburn, and all of a sudden we get this alert: I-90 is closed. So we had to turn all the way. So we had to go from Auburn back to Puyallup, down through Morton, over White Pass.
Hey,
to
real
get to
quick,
Yakima.
Jordan, if you're downtown right now, not working, come by and say hi. I know you're around here somewhere.
Yeah, come by, say hi, man.
All right, go ahead.
So the cool thing was, is on Friday we experienced spring, summer, winter, and fall. I know, not in that order, but you guys catch my drift.
Yeah.
So we got to experience all 4 seasons because by the time we got to Yakima, 55 degrees and sunny. It was
I heard it was, yeah, you said it was
thing.
beautiful. I was following along and texting him, obviously, back and forth, because I can't live without pits, but
But we had a great time.
So jealous.
Kaylee did a fantastic job. So proud of you, Kaylee.
we all
It was
are.
absolutely beautiful. I didn't record any of it because of copyright laws, so I bought the video.
for like $80.
Because that's what dads do.
Chad, what's up, buddy? Are you working right now? Come down to Anthem. Let me get you
Dude,
a coffee.
like 7 people right in front of your face, right there.
Internet.
Oh, we lost somebody.
Famous.
Somebody just died.
Yeah, they got mad at it, yeah.
Rip. So yeah, Snowmageddon. So Wednesday, I go out with one of our clients, grab a beer, talk about the market and everything with them. Got done. This was in Tacoma. Got done. Had to stop by the office to get 2 offers sent over.
Broke a cardinal rule, by the way, but I haven't brought that up to him yet. We'll
What's the
discuss
cardinal?
it.
What's the cardinal rule?
You were at the office at like 9:30 at night. Don't think I didn't notice.
I was hoping that
Don't
would
think I didn't notice. You go home, be with your family, and work from there. Chad's working. All right, bud, we're gonna get you soon, man. I want to catch up.
Well, I had to go to the office because the way that the offer was sent over to me was such a hot
I
mess.
had to go to the office.
I did. So anyways, I got the office taken care of. Christy sends me a text before I get to the office saying, hey, it's starting to snow, just be careful out there. And I get to the office, there's no snow at the office. I'm thinking, okay, no problem, thanks, honey. I get lost like I normally do. I start working on this project, that project. She sends me another text. It says, hey, I'm going to bed, just be safe when you come home. I've moved the blinds. Yeah, there's about 1 inch, maybe 2 inches out there. And I've got a pickup truck with rear-wheel drive. So,
We'll get you soon, JTD. We'll get you soon, man. We'll get you down here. Get you buy you some Joe. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, so hop in my truck. I don't have any weight in the back. I'm, rear-wheel drive. I'm fine on Meridian. I turn off 136th, and I go down 136th. That's okay. My dad taught me from living out in Mason County, keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
Don't let anything stop you. So I'm doing 25 or 30 down 136.
Passing on the shoulder. Yeah.
I saw one car getting ready to think about pulling out in front of me, and I'm like, please don't, because I am not stopping. So I finally get to my neighborhood, pull in there, it's just as bad, and I get up right next to the house, and I take a look at our driveway, and I'm like, nope, not pulling up in the driveway. So I just pulled right alongside and
you got
made
that
it
little
home.
slope driveway. Yeah, man, it was crazy. I think it's weird. You get to this time of year, and I think, oh, no chance of snow anymore. You start hitting March, and then all of a sudden, I forget that February is on average our coldest month of the year.
I think so.
Yeah. So, anyways, hope you all had fun out in the snow. We did, built snowmen. I did snowball fights and ports and walks in the woods with the kids. And although I tell you what, after like 5 days, because the kids were in midwinter break.
Yep.
So when school was canceled on Thursday, I'm like 2 hours in the morning. I'm like, oh my god.
I'll drive them to school.
Yeah, I'll get them there. I get a teacher in the building. I love my kids. We all love our kids. Parents, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh god.
That's like when you get like partway through August and you're just like, can summer break be over? So, all right, cool. So let's move on. Yeah, hope you guys had fun in the snow. I'd love to hear the stories. It's always fun when we get dropped. It's supposed to start snowing again here pretty soon.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Tacoma, I guess it's already. So
I gotta go show a house in Lakewood, so we'll see how this goes.
there you go. There you go. So hey, let's move on. Something I wanted to touch bases on. I want to we have some congratulations to do in a while for some contracts that we got into this week, but we had some interesting experiences this week. And
We kind of did.
I just wanted to bring this up to everyone out there because, I think it is important when you decide that you're either going to buy or sell a home and I don't think enough people do this, is interview your agent. Interview potential agents. And look, Rory and I would, snowing in Shelton right now.
Seriously, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, hey, my boy Ramon out there, my barber out in Shelton, be careful, buddy. Look, Rory and I would love to be everyone's agent, but to be quite honest, like, we're not for everybody.
No,
we're not for everybody, and we don't expect to be for everybody. And that's just, you know, different personalities and stuff. And I think that it became so clear. I mean, it's happened before, but it was just a reminder to me this week of how important it is to pick an agent that not only is working on your best behalf, but perhaps their personality or their mentality is in line with how you want to be presented, and how you want to be represented, because we don't see the client necessarily when we have a listing. And so all we have to go on is the buyer's agent themselves. And so that's important. So the story I'd like to share with you is that a client of ours this last weekend, actually, we got into contract on a house in Tacoma. Great craftsman home over in the Stadium District area. And we weren't the highest offer on the table. And I had a couple people saying to me like, "Oh, how did you get that? You know, how does that work?" And I'm like, "It's up to the client to pick the offer. They could have 10 offers in front of them and pick the lowest if they want. It's up to the client to pick the offer." And in this market especially, it is important to have I feel it's important to have someone working on your behalf that is not just going to be about the dollars and cents. I mean, that's obviously important a lot of times, but also to represent who you are.
Right, and that's a key. That's a key as to what made that offer work. Is Luke actually established a relationship with the buyer's agent. So some people just think it's just buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. But there's more to it. There's creating that relationship, trying to understand, is this buyer's agent or is this listing agent, are they on the same page as us where they want to try and get a win-win deal for everybody?
Right.
And there are agents out there that are cutthroat, and they don't care who they burn down as they're going through life. Yeah. And that's not how we do business. And I can tell you right now, if somebody was to come along to us and have that attitude, here's what we would do. We would present offers to our clients, and we would share our experiences. Our experiences are our experiences. At the end of the day, the clients are going to choose the offer they want. But you're going to want somebody that's going to go to bat for you, as opposed to somebody that's going to say, well, you know, this agent right here, this is the experience I've had with them. You want them to say, you know what, this agent, I've done a deal with them before, top notch, they do what they say they're going to do, had no problems with them. If there was an issue that came up, they were solution oriented instead of trying to cause a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we've had both this week.
Yeah, I mean, with our friend Dunia's deal, she was, I think, number 3 in line price-wise out of the 5 offers. It was 2 or 3, and she got it, and we were flat out told it was based on, one, the terms of our contract. They like how we wrote it, and there is a difference sometimes in how you write things. You know, it's not just the price on them; it's how you write things. And 2, the sellers just felt most comfortable working with us based on the fact that I've been talking with them. We've been talking with them for a week and working to something where, yes, it's our job to get you the best price available, but we also want the other side to feel like, you know, they're being taken care of as well, and they're being, you know, their feelings, I guess, are at the forefront. You know, we don't ever want anybody to feel like they got trampled. Right. And I think that sometimes you do have to be a little bit more cutthroat. But once you get to that price and you get to the terms and you're in contract, you really have to be, you really want both sides to feel good. And it's a team effort to get to that closing so that the seller can walk away happy. And
sorry to hear that, Kimberly. We'll see you later.
Yeah. So the seller, are we cutting it?
No, looks like we're good on this side.
So the seller can feel good, and also the buyers can feel like, you know, good about it. And everyone can hug. I mean, the best stories are stories to me like Elfindale Pass, you know, like with the cables, where the buyers and the sellers met at the end of it all, and we're almost friends, you know. And,
right.
And exactly. That's a good feeling. So, yeah, because we had the other side of it this week with one of our listings.
Yep. We had it where, you know, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it really mattered. We had multiple offers come in, and we We had an agent that wasn't thinking about the bigger picture of closing on this transaction, helping the buyers get into the house and helping the sellers get out of the house. And then we had another agent who had that vision, who had that idea of what can we do to make sure that our buyers get into there and your sellers get the house sold. And it's huge, it's ginormous, because we share those things. We share the agreements, but we also share those things. Here have been my conversations with this agent. Here have been my conversations with this agent. And it really boils down to what does the seller feel most comfortable about? And if the seller is thinking that they're going to work with an agent who's adversarial or a stick in the mud or just doesn't have the bigger vision, a seller could choose the other offer based off of how your agent acts at the beginning.
And that is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
We had the first offer we had come in, probably would have worked something out.
Yeah, probably could have.
They were combative, and there were some very unpleasant, I don't want to say interactions, I guess, through both, on the phone and through email and whatnot. And in the end, the seller just didn't want to work with them.
No, and that's not a good way to start a relationship.
No, that was just the end of it. The seller just didn't want to work with them.
Yep.
So they went with the other offer on that. And I told Rory afterwards, I said, I felt bad for the folks from that first offer who had the first offer, who wanted to buy the home, because my hope is that they are not those kind of people that were that combative and adversarial to deal with.
Right.
And their agent cost them a deal. Cost them the home.
And you know what I mean? The thing is, I guess we'll wrap this up and move on to the next topic here, is the thing is you want to interview your agents. You want to sit down with them, grab coffee, grab beer. You want to interview them because they could be one way in person, but they could be completely different when it comes to negotiations. So ask them, how do you negotiate? How do you work with other agents? And I mean, if we had to answer that question, our goal is to find common ground where everybody can win.
Collaborative.
Yep. We're all a team on this, and I think of it like a football team. So like you've got the offense, you've got the defense. They do two different things, but we're all in this together to win. And if you got an agent that is all about bulldozing themselves through to the finish line, you might want to consider a different agent. That's all we're saying. So
I mean, sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes there's a need for it, but you need to feel out especially if you're working on the buyer's behalf. Or either side, I guess. You got to feel out the agent you're dealing with on the other side and decide which way to go. And I think that was the biggest problem with what we dealt with this, was a lack of awareness on how we were handling this, and how the seller wanted to be handled. And you really got to be able to read that, I think. So.
Yep, absolutely. So if you guys have any experiences with agents, we'd love to hear it. Share it in the comments below. Let's get on to some questions here. Oh, this is a good one. I know there are VA loan limits. If I find a home that is over the limit, can I still use my VA? That's Steve in Lakewood. So if he finds a home, what is the VA loan limit? What is that?
So the VA, okay, well, actually, like, to clarify, there is no VA loan limit. There's really no such thing as VA. The VA doesn't actually place limits on their loans. They say it right on any of their website information. What they are limited on is how much they can insure.
Oh, okay.
So it's just when you have a VA loan, you're not paying mortgage insurance because the VA is covering your insurance for you. They're insuring the loan.
Okay.
Whereas, like, in an FHA loan or a conventional loan, if you have less than 20% down, you're paying mortgage insurance because you are insuring the loan. So on a VA, they do it. That's why you don't pay. That's the benefit, right? But they have limits, obviously, on how much they can insure. And that financially, they have to do that because otherwise, right, you're just running around buying $1 million homes all over the place, and they can't back all of those. So they don't actually have limits on how much they can loan. They have limits on how much they can insure.
Okay.
So in Washington, it just changed in January. We kind of touched on this before, and it used to be in the mid 400s. And it's kind of gone up throughout the time. So now this last January, it just changed in Washington State. So if you're looking for a home and you're using VA in King County, Snohomish County, or Pierce County, the highest insurable limit is $667,000 for a VA. 667 in Snohomish, King, and Pierce counties. All other counties, $453,100. Seems kind of arbitrary to have that $100 there, but $453,100. Now, that being said, you can have a VA loan for higher than that limit. Not all, you need to speak with your lender. You need to ask them how they do things, because not all lenders do it. I think for the vast majority they do. But what it comes down to is you having to, with the VA loan, you don't have a down payment. What it comes down to is you actually having to put a down payment down. So we have a client right now actually that looked at a home the other day that was in a county that the loan limit was $453,000. The home was $100,000 more than that approximately. So
do they have to put an extra $100,000 down?
No.
Okay.
I know, you would think that, right? Who's got that kind of cheddar laying around? They actually have to pay up to 25% of whatever they're over.
Okay.
So the extra $100,000, it would be about $25,000. It's a down payment, so it's still going towards the purchase of the home, which will lower your monthly. So you can borrow the amount. You got to make sure that the lender, will do it. Most will, but always ask that question. You'd hate to get into it and realize that they don't. But essentially, you're paying around 25% of the overage as a down payment to cover that other the amount that the VA can insure.
Okay, cool. I hope that answers your question, Steve.
Mouthful.
Yeah, dude, you handled that like a master. We'll keep on moving.
Questionable. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a general question in here. Ooh. Mike from Spanaway wants to know, what do you think about the NBA holding an exhibition game in October between the Kings and the Warriors? What do you think about the NBA possibly coming back?
Well, you had a stronger opinion on this than I did, I think, right?
I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you go first.
All right. Listen, I'm a huge basketball. Yeah, anybody who knows me knows, right? So I played ball. I'm a huge basketball fan. The Sonics leaving ripped my heart out.
Yep.
And I grew up a huge Lakers fan because I was a big Magic Johnson fan and a huge Sonics fan. I still have obviously followed the Lakers, but it's been at a much lower clip than it used to be because I was upset with the NBA. I think most of my bitterness was directed at Clay Bennett, the man who purchased the Sonics and moved them.
Yep.
And David Stern, the commissioner of the NBA at the time, who allowed it to happen. And also at the Seattle City Council and all that, who just refused to work with anybody.
Yep.
I've let go of it. I'm a big college basketball guy, and I've gotten more back to following the NBA the last couple of years. Bottom line, I want the Sonics back. At the end of the day, I know a lot of people are bitter and they say they don't, but I went to the very last Sonics game played in Seattle at Key Arena. It was the Dallas Mavericks versus the Sonics, Kevin Durant's rookie year. We shouldn't have even been in that game. We were down like 18 at one point, and I was sitting right behind, like 11 or 12 rows up, right behind the baseline on one side of the court. And it's honestly one of the cooler basketball games or events I've been to for sports, because we all knew that there was a really good chance that was the last game. And Clay Bennett was actually in attendance, and everyone had shirts on that had Clay Bennett's picture on it with a big screw sticking in his head, Screw Clay. And those of you who follow the NBA know that Mark Cuban is the outlandish and outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. He walked out onto the court with a Screw Clay shirt on and was swinging it around, and the whole place started chanting "Save Our Sonics." I'll never forget this, and this is why I don't care about the whole super team thing and people who are bitter at Kevin Durant. We're talking about a 19, 20-year-old kid who understood what basketball meant to this city, and he walked out on the floor with the shirts and the towels, swinging around at timeouts, and was encouraging everybody for Save Our Sonics, and he was doing the chant too. And it was a great moment. You'd be hard-pressed to tell me that Kevin Durant's affinity for our town, and there's been other stories throughout the years, pictures of him in the last few years wearing old Sonics gear, Mariners gear, Seahawks gear. You'd be hard-pressed to tell me that his affinity for our town, for our area, didn't play in that scheduling an exhibition game here with the Warriors. And because of that, I'm really excited. I'm going to go to the game. I'm going to take my kids to the game. I'm going to watch Kevin Durant. I'm going to cheer for Kevin Durant. And I'm going to cheer for the possibility of the Sonics coming back, regardless of my bitterness for them leaving in the first place. Sorry, there's my rant.
All right. Well, my turn. Here's my two cents on it.
I think are we gonna disagree?
I wholeheartedly agree.
Oh.
I wholeheartedly agree. I'm hearing people out there talking about having a protest the day the game happens. I'm hearing people say, well, the NBA is trying to stick it to the city of Seattle because they're having Kevin Durant come back, and they're having the Kings come back because that's a team that
we almost picked up.
Hansen tried to buy. Bottom line is, I don't give a. Where's the bleep button?
Yeah.
I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap. All you people out there that have this bitterness still towards the NBA, you need to stop. You need to stop, because if you act like babies and you do these protest things and you blah, 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 guess what? The NBA is going to go, huh, all right.
Yeah.
Dude, show you want the team back.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Make a statement. It's
so
good for
go
you.
to the
Yeah.
game, buy the tickets, be loud, do all those crazy things.
Yeah.
Don't be whiny babies anymore. And I know that there's some Seattle sports guys out there on the radio who don't listen to Rory or Luke, but I'm going to tell you right now, some of you jackasses out there need to get with the program, because you whining about it on sports radio does not help the cause. Danny O'Neill.
Oh, Danny O'Neill.
Danny O'Neill was talking about how he's still bitter. Gosh, who was the other guy? There was another guy that was talking about it so bitter. The only person that I know who's on record who said, you know, I'm going to be there is Brock Heward.
Softy.
Puyallup boy, Brock Heward.
Softy was
I saw Softy
on a
on Twitter.
diatribe about it.
Twitter was saying, he was saying the same thing on Twitter. It's like, I don't care. I want him back. That's what matters. Let's get the team back.
Look, also the other thing to note about this, outside of the fact that it's Kevin Durant, and I'm sure that has a part in it, and I bet he had a voice in the whole thing. I actually ran into Nick Collison at the airport a couple years ago, and this is when Durant was like not signing a free agent extension with Oklahoma City, and I started talking to Collison a little bit, and he actually said he thought that it had a lot to do with the fact that he was waiting to see if we got the Kings, if we got the Sonics back, because he wanted to come back here.
Oh wow!
Obviously, it didn't happen, and so he ended up at Golden State, and but. Look.
How awesome would that have been?
Oh, man.
If we got the Kings, they became the Supersonics, and he signed a free agent deal.
He was just shoving it to the end.
Oh, my God.
So, but look, the timing of that, the timing of the NBA coming back this October has everything to do with, outside of the whole Kevin Durant angle, has everything to do with the NHL.
Bingo.
So NHL is due to be here in 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
Season tickets are going on sale at the end of March, I believe. I might look into it, man. I'm excited about the NHL coming. I'm excited. Hockey live is a blast.
I think Tacoma Homes Northwest might need to buy tickets.
I think we should. I think we should.
You want to know what else the deal is?
Rinkside.
The deal is that the NBA, I think, sees that now Seattle is serious about having an NHL team.
Yeah.
Most other cities where there's an NBA and an NHL team in the same building, the NBA runs the show.
Yeah.
So NBA gets first crack, and then NHL gets their schedule in there. I think what's happening is, I've heard this, is that the NBA is seeing that Seattle's getting serious about NHL, and so if they get NHL first before the NBA comes back, guess who's going to be the main tenant? NHL.
Yep.
Guess who's going to be second fiddle? NBA.
Yep.
And so I think the NBA is like, wait, hold on a second. Okay, maybe we do love you now, Seattle.
Yeah. I think everything has. I think it has to do with everything. Has to do with that, because they're playing at the Key Arena, which they said was a washed-up building. They couldn't play it.
Exactly.
And I don't think the renovation's going to be done before
No,
then.
no, it ain't
so,
done for them.
You know. Anyway, that's. I'm glad we're on the same page on that. I'm excited about the game in October. I'm excited about watching KD and Steph Curry do his his little shake. It'll be fun. I'm going to take the kids. I think it's a good opportunity for Seattle to show that we're a basketball town.
Yep.
And on top of it, with the timing with the NHL, I'm excited about the NHL coming.
Oh, dude, I can't wait.
This is for anybody who wants to know, is this a hockey town? Seattle's a sports town, man.
Yep.
And I think that the Sounders' success. I mean, the Sounders. Okay. Other cities in the country where they have MLS teams, they're putting 15 to 20,000 butts in the seats, and we're selling out 45,000 all the time. Like, Seattle is the kind of town, we're a little offbeat, a little quirky, right? Our area, we love sports, and not just the big three, big four. And so I'm excited about the whole thing, and I think that it's going to be great in the next couple of years to be a Seattle sports fan.
Awesome.
So,
all right, cool. Thanks, Mike, for that question. Let's go back to real estate for a second. Tammy in Sumner wants to know: are we obligated to work with the first offer that comes in if we put our house on the market?
Yeah, no matter what it is. No.
That's it. First offer, you got to take it.
You go ahead. You take this one. I took
Well,
one.
yeah, and the thing, no, you don't. You don't. The thing is, as a seller, when you put your house on the market and the offers come in, you have the power. You have the power to decide which offer you want to take.
And that's kind of what happened with that listing we had this week.
Yeah.
With the agent that gave us a hard time.
Yep. That was
Seller
the first offer
decided
that
they
came in.
wanted to wait and see what else came in.
Yep.
And that's their right. It's their property. It's their home. They don't have to. They don't. Remember, we even came over. They don't even have to respond. They don't want to. No response is a response.
Yep. That's the way the MLS forms are written. And so, if there's an expiration date on an offer, you don't have to hurry up and respond. If you want to wait, you can wait. There's, like Luke said, there's nothing that says you have to respond. And by not responding, you've actually responded, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. The thing is, we had, I think, a total of 3 offers come in, and the third offer that came in was way below asking.
Which is weird.
Yeah, so I mean, imagine for a second if that was the first offer that came in, and imagine people had to take their first offer.
Yeah.
No. As a seller, you have a lot of power as to which offer you choose, and you can wait a week before you decide to look at offers, or you can look at offers right away. It's our obligation as brokers. We got to present those offers to you as soon as they come in. But you don't have to make a decision until you're ready to make a decision. Now, you run the risk of having a good buyer not be around if you wait too long, so you got to balance those two things. But you've got the power when it comes to choosing an offer.
Absolutely. That's life.
So, all right.
What we got next?
Oh, we got one more question here. It's a general question, so I guess that's it for real estate this week.
Unless someone says something.
Oh, what was your buddy saying
Oh,
earlier?
Zeth. Zeth wanted to know about the market. Zeth, buddy, how long is he here to stay, I guess is the question. I think we've talked about this, and we can never be 100% certain. I want to preface that whole thing, but I think the consensus from a lot of people in the industry is that it should probably level out, and by that we just mean kind of...
Yeah, it's not, we're not thinking of...
Not a dip.
We don't think a bubble's going to happen.
No,
I don't think we're in a bubble.
I don't see it popping and going nuts like it did, 7-8 years ago. But I think it'll level out. The issue we're having right now is just not enough sellers for the buyers. The ratios are off. It's supply and demand thing. At some point, I think it'll start to level. You'll have it kind of equal out at the buyers and sellers, and property. The prices will kind of just level off and be consistent.
Yeah.
Instead of keep rising like they have right now. It's been between 9 and 12% vertical growth year to year. I think that'll kind of level out a little bit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let us know if you have more questions. We can actually pinpoint it even closer. So if like you're interested in Mason County or Kitsap County or Pacific County, we just got mutual acceptance of Pacific County.
Yeah.
King County. Let us know. We can pull up the stats. We can meet with you. I always say meet with you and have coffee or beer. So apparently I like coffee and beer. Which
if there's 2 things you should know about Rory,
I can have beer.
Coffee and beer. We'll go get one.
You know what?
Beer.
I didn't even think about that. I could have got a beer.
Yeah, we should do this. We should do a brew too. We should do a brewery tour.
So I can tell you the other night.
Zeth would be a good guy for a brew too, man. That guy.
I think we're gonna have to discuss that. I like this. We'll discuss it off camera.
Hey Zeth, we should do this over at Pacific Northwest, man. Over there by PLU, the coffee joint over there, and they do beer and stuff. Oh, that'd be fun to do some over there.
So I went over to
on location.
I went over to Pint Defiance.
Pint Defiance. Oh, yeah.
Pint Defiance. Went over there Wednesday with our client, and one of the oh, it's snowing, dude.
Pack it up. We're out of here.
Yeah. See you guys. They had a distributor there that night, or distributor, or brewer, whatever you want to call them. Brewers night. That's
a guest star.
Belching Beaver. Belching Beaver. And
I'll drink it.
They make the one I had that night was a Mexican peanut butter stout.
Yes, it is.
That peanut butter stout's getting kind of popular. I've seen a few of them.
I like it, especially Belching Beaver. I've had a couple. They make the best peanut butter stout. So
and sometimes beer, man. Like I love my IPAs and my ambers and that kind of thing. Sometimes, right? Like how do you feel about pumpkin ale? Like around the...
You know what? There was one I had this past October.
Yeah.
That was really good, and it was an off-brand. It wasn't like the Elysian or anything like that.
Right.
It was a brand where it actually tasted.
Hi, Susie.
Susie's on here. Susie's an agent in another state, actually. So we got someone from another state watching us.
Yay!
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do that one of these episodes. We'll just have beers in front of us. And
do like samplers. Could get a little haywire. We would need guest stars for that.
Yeah.
We have to bring some people with us. Have a little bit of fun. So.
All right.
We'll put the sign-up sheet out there.
One final question. What do you prefer to read, an e-reader or an actual book?
Great question. So.
That was Cindy. Cindy in Olympia wants to know that.
That's a good question. So, those of you who know anything about me, I majored in English in college, and I'm a bit of a book snob and grammarian.
Good for you.
Yeah, I just corrected Rory his use of ellipses. So
I'm going to actually Google that because I'm
Ronna Kaufman, Professor Ronna Kaufman at PLU. I call her a grammar Nazi. She said she's not. She's a grammarian.
Authoritarian.
Yeah, she's not a Nazi. I love Ronna. But anyways, she's the one that taught me the ellipses the correct way. So all that being said, I prefer an actual book. So that being said, over here in the old satchel, I do have a Kindle because it is nice to be able to have a few different books with me at all times. Not actually carrying around a library. That's good for travel. But if I'm at home, reading on my own time at home, it's going to be an actual book. The smell of a book, going to the library, is my preference.
You know, for me, and the thing is, I wasn't given this option on this question. I like the audiobook. I like the audiobook because I do a lot of driving around.
Yeah.
For me, here's my problem. If I get cozy with an e-reader or a physical book, I'll fall asleep. Yeah, because it's not because it's not because it's boring. It's because I get cozy.
Yeah. I hear you. No, I hear you.
I just need my pipe and my slippers.
Hugh Hefner over here.
But if I have to choose between the two,
and my smoking jacket.
I like. If I'm just reading and I'm not taking notes and I'm not scribbling anything, I like the e-reader better because I can carry 15 books in one little thing. Holy crap, dude! It is really starting to snow.
Bring it on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's like coming in sideways too.
Yeah, let's go.
Like a blizzard. Be
Dude,
careful
I'm
out there.
back in Yakima. It's all going sideways right now.
Wow.
Live on the spot.
I do a lot of audiobook as well. That's been my thing. I think I've polished off two Hemingway novels, and I'm on a Krakauer novel right now that I'm almost done with. They've all been in the last month because we drive around a lot.
Yep.
And so it's a good time for me to catch up. I like to try to have, like the two Hemingway books that I was listening to, I actually have the hard copy as well. So I'd read them at home, and then if I was in the car, I'd pick up where I left off and listen to William Hurt whisper in my ear about The Sun Also Rises.
I got an audiobook by Rory Vaden. Great name, by the way. Rory. Great name.
Take the Stairs. There's a plug for Rory.
Take the Stairs, but there was also his other book called Procrastinate on Purpose.
Yep.
I love the audiobook so much, I bought the physical book. Because I want to go back in there and I actually have some write-ups based on...
Are you a margin writer?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I'm one of those guys, like I get a book.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite authors is Sherman Alexie, and I think I have every one of his novels, and they're all signed from being at various readings of his. And I'm just like, I try to keep them like perfect and just like, give me worth money someday. But if I'm reading but when I was in college, I guess, when I was at university, I would write in the margins a lot.
Yeah.
But even then, I was almost like, is this like graffiti?
Is this sacrilegious?
But most of my professors put me at ease about that because most, studied people, I think, are margin writers and like to take notes. So side questions, side diatribe, rant,
I took one class, I think it was an anthropology class, and the professor for that class, I learned a really cool skill that I really haven't used since, and I need to.
Yeah.
But she said, when you read a page, write down one sentence that talks about what you read on that page. So that way, when you go back to write up your analysis or your report or whatever, you look at that page, you look at that one sentence you wrote and go, that's right, what I'm looking for is right there. And it worked fantastic for that class, and I haven't done it since.
I think that's important, especially if it's like studied reading. If it's something for a class or something for like personal growth, not just for recreational reading.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, in some classes in college and whatnot, I'm not interested in the topic I'm taking it because it's a prereq or something like that.
Right,
so it would help me to either underline a couple things or write some notes down.
Right.
Because otherwise I could read 15 pages and be like, oh, hell.
What did I just read? Yeah.
I got to do it all over again. I know I read it, but somewhere in my mind I was on a beach sipping a Mai Tai thinking about, the meaning of life.
By the way, my recreational reading right now, It by Stephen King.
Yeah, you told me that.
I still have like 36 hours to go.
I'm on a rabbit hole right now with Krakauer, so I became a Krakauer fan reading Into the Wild, and then which is a great story. And now I'm reading Into Thin Air. Also, Under the Banner of Heaven was another good book of his. It's actually getting ready to be made into a movie as well. So yeah, Into Thin Air, about the disaster on Mount Everest in '96, and he was there, and he came out alive, thankfully, so that we have that story. But now I find myself at night just like diving down this rabbit hole on Everest, and like, you know, people who have, mountaineers who have died, the things that have happened, and it's really fascinating, and people's draw to that mountain. We're way off topic. My apologies. I'm talking about mountain climbing, all because
we've lost everybody. They're like, oh, we don't have mountain climbing.
Yeah, these guys.
All right, we'll finish up here. So
Everest.
So a couple announcements here. We've got 5 people.
Got 5 under contract this week. It was a good week. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Coming back.
So congratulations to Dunya on getting in contract on her wonderful new Craftsman in Tacoma.
Yeah.
We also got the Rorabahs, a seller of ours. We got 2 great offers on their place today, so we're going to get that all signed and sealed delivered tonight. So congratulations to them as well.
Yep. We got Fred and Allison. They're out of state.
Oh yeah.
And they're coming to. They're moving closer to family, so super excited to get them into contract.
Yep.
I know they've been looking. I want to say 6 or 8 months. And
so, doing the video tours.
Yeah, and the cool thing about that one is that it just happened to. They found it by chance. It's so cool, and again, it's one of those transactions where everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
It's an estate sale, so the representative of the estate, he wants to move on, and they want to move in, and it's a fantastic house down in Olympia. It's less than a 10-minute walk to the grandkids.
Walkability.
Yep. Katie got under contract this week. I'm so excited for Katie.
It's been a journey, right?
Katie's been looking for 3+ years, and you know what?
Commitment.
I didn't tell you the story of the Yelm house, and I'll tell you that later. But that broke their heart, and fortunately, they stuck with it. And you know, Raymond's a little bit of a ways out there.
It's nice though.
But yeah, it's gonna fit their needs. So I'm super excited. And then of course our buddy Richard got his house under contract this week. Had 3 offers and got a really good offer that he accepted. So we're excited for him.
And as part of that, thank you to the Watsons for sending Richard our way. So,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Rory did a great job taking care of Corey and Stacy, and they, as a thank you, sent us Richard.
Yep.
And Richard's been great, so congratulations.
As a matter of fact, I got a chance to meet with the Watsons earlier today. They love their house.
Good.
She told me every morning they've woken up since they moved in, they love it more and more and more. And it's like, I mean, it was meant to be. And then I had a chance to catch up with the representatives from the church 2 days ago.
Good.
And sat down with her for a little bit. Carmen says they're so happy with the service we provided. And, you know, I think that's going to turn into something where they'll be able to share that experience with other people who might be looking for an agent.
Yeah, you should tell your priest to share it on Sunday.
Father Michael, who's not on Facebook.
Someone show this to Father Michael so that he can preach the goodness of Tacoma Homes Northwest.
Oh gosh, good stuff. I noticed that we didn't take something out of here, but I still think that's relevant.
Yeah, congratulations again to the Face family. Is that what we're talking about? The birth of their twins. I know we said something about it last week. They got to go home. Both of them are home, and that's good. And also to our buddy Steven Sellers, his wife Non, we said something about it last week. His son Roland had a bit of a scare after our episode last week. He had to go back to the hospital for some jaundice and some stuff. And but they're home and everybody's happy and they're doing well, and so I'm really excited for them. So congrats on everyone being home and happy.
Let's throw a couple happy birthdays out there. Lisa Tibet, happy birthday.
She's our old transaction office coordinator lady, amazing.
Yep.
We
she
love
held an
you.
open house for us, I want to say early January. And we miss you, Lisa. You're probably not watching this right now, but we miss you.
Yeah.
Tim, happy birthday, Tim. Tim is a good dude. He's a police officer, and he takes care of our community. So happy birthday to Tim. Shelly Fritz. Shelly goes back to the old days at K-Dub, and she's no longer at K-Dub either, but I do remember Shelly from there, and
happy birthday,
she was
Shelley.
always nice to me and helpful.
Yeah.
Susan Clary, who is a Coug. She's a golden Coug, we'll put it that way.
To the Cougs.
Kimberly Becker. Kimberly's birthday's coming up soon.
Kim?
Yeah, Kim. Kim used to be in our office as well.
Yeah.
And then the one and only, this guy right here, his birthday is next week.
I'll be 29.
If you can figure out what day next week,
I'll
We'll
give
buy
you a
your next
virtual
house.
high five. Yeah. And while we're talking about me, we'll say happy birthday to Carly Ryan as well, our good
Yep.
friend and realtor colleague out on the West Sound.
Yep.
She's awesome, and we do quite a bit of back and forth with her. So
They share the 29th as
We
their
do.
birthday.
We do.
So how old are you if you go on the 29th?
technically, I'm 9.5 this
9
year.
and a half.
I still act like it. So the funny thing is with Carly is we share the 29th. We're both leap year kids.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up together, went to the same school together. We were both basketball players and in the same circles growing up. Now we're both in real estate and all this kind of stuff, and we share this random birthday that not a lot of people have. And I've never met anybody else in my life with my birthday.
That is so cool.
Except for her. So
That is so cool. Marcy Gadberry will be celebrating a birthday.
Yay,
and
Marcy!
Eleanor Bonin will be celebrating a birthday as well. So, and then one final thing. I know
Happy birthday, man. Dreams come true.
I know we've talked about it a couple times, and we'll keep talking about it till
Yeah.
the 10th. But want to let you guys know that we also have a home buying seminar coming March 10th. From what I've heard from Megan, the class is packed, so we might not even be taking any more spots. But
Or you got
ask,
fans. Yeah.
yeah,
People coming
reach
out to
out
see
to us.
fits.
It's a great thing to do, because if you haven't bought a house before, or it's been a while since you've been in the process of buying a house, come to the class. It's free. We'll buy you lunch, and you learn about the home buying process.
I'll probably go just for the lunch.
I am not surprised.
I don't know. I need to know how to buy a home. Yeah, I'm here for the food.
So, all right. Well, that's it, man.
Cool.
I think we've done enough damage this week.
High five, everyone. Hey, be safe out there in the snow if you're in Washington and you're getting drilled with this. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. We will see you guys next month. How do you like that?
Are you serious? Oh yeah, next week.
Yeah, March.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
Take care of yourselves, you guys. See ya. Oh, that's right. Go out there and perk up somebody's day.
Oh, there you go.
And go Cougs.